my lovelies, welcome back to another review video. I know last time during the Garden Variety collection I had mentioned that my next review video was going to be of the jellies, and I wanted to do that in June, but I hadn't had time to film, and then we went on vacation. And essentially everything got so busy, and by the time I got time to film the face part, the Jackpot collection came out. So we're gonna do this first, and then we're gonna hope and pray I have time again to finish up the jellies, because I have that video, and then I have another video that I filmed winter of this year. I film and I don't finish, apparently. Apparently that's my thing. But anyway, today we are reviewing the Jackpot collection. Ooh, wow, amazing. With this very cute box. The vibes are Vegas and cards and slot machines and a thing that is illegal in some states but not in Nevada, where Las Vegas is. So I have no idea if I'm okay to say that on YouTube. So we're just gonna say it's Vegas slot machine and card theme. I'm not gonna lie, this theme is not my vibe. The Garden Variety collection is my vibe. The Vacation collection, more of my vibe. This, not really my thing. But it has this really cool box that like does this. And it opens up, and I already took out all the polishes, but it's got like this felt inside. It came with a pack of playing cards, which I've already kind of played with a little bit, and they are so cute. As well as the playing cards, the collection comes with 7 polishes, 2 of which are toppers. And just as a side note, this collection is a limited edition. The playing cards you can only get in the full collection. So if you're somebody who is interested in getting the playing cards, you do have to get the collection, or you're gonna have to wait until people start reselling it, which I'm already gonna tell you right now, not a lot of people are gonna be doing that. So if it's even on your mind, just get the collection. Just skip this review. If you're really interested in the playing cards, just get the collection now. But anyway, I have a lot of opinions on this collection, so let's just dive right into it. Getting started, we have Chandelier Showers. It is described as a multi-dimensional, holographic, and iridescent shards of glitter with a pinky, purpley, iridescent flakes. And I would also say, I wouldn't say it's pinky purple iridescent flakes. It kind of looks like it has a shimmer in it, which isn't mentioned for some reason here, but it does have a shimmer. I was able to get this pretty opaque on the swatch stick in about 3 coats. The polish reminds me of Got Cake, which I do not have, and the reason I don't have is because it's not really my vibe. It was recently retired, but I would say that this polish comes off a lot more busy compared to Got Cake. I would say Got Cake looks more smooth, more white with frosting, at least by the picture standards, and this has a lot more flakes in it in comparison. For comparisons, I grabbed Rainbow Snow, Rider Diamond, and no Opalolgies. On camera and in person, if there wasn't that pink shimmer, there wouldn't be a big difference, minus the pigment size being so large. But because we have that pink shimmer, I'm really glad I had this, because it just makes that big of a difference. I feel like Rider Diamond and Rainbow Snow, when I got them, the biggest difference was the amount of holo in it, right? the amount of glitter reflecting and how it reflects. So it's not a huge difference, but with this one, because of the iridescence, flaky shimmer, there is a big difference. And I like it, and I'm glad I got it. It is a pretty cool polish. Next we have Hit the Lights. It is described as a indigo blue jelly with gold reflective glitter and gold hollow scattered glitter. No. Yes. So, fun fact, about 2 years ago, I want to say, with the Undergo collection, in the Holo Taco Discord, there was this activity sheet that people were filling out as like to guess kind of what the collection would look like, and I was very off. But essentially, my idea for it ended up being really similar to last year's advent calendar. There were a good amount of differences, but the vibes were the same. However, I did have a polish that I put in there. If I can find this sheet, I will put that in here. I had a polish design that I named Silent Night, and it was a dark navy-ish blue polish with gold scattered hollow within it to kind of give a twinkling light effect, like stars in the night sky. This is the polish that I designed in my head. I'm not kidding. Either Christine saw it and thought, that's a good idea, or she already had this in mind and was like, I'm not gonna say anything. She probably already had this in mind and wasn't gonna say anything. But I want to say that I did this. I was figuring out Holo Taco polishes years before they happened. I need to find that sheet so I could show everyone. So because of that, I was 100% gonna get this polish regardless if I got the collection or not. So I became happy with the opacity in about 3 coats. I maybe could have gotten away with just 2, but to me it looked a little patchy, and it comes out textured, which I've watched a couple reviews and people saying they really like the texture. No texture polish. I shouldn't do that about bags. No texture polish. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm the type of person who will, for my glitter polishes, typically do 2 to 3 coats of taco because I just want it nice and smooth. So, and for this one, I actually did do 2 coats of top coat to make it pretty smooth. If you leave it dry down too long, it does get that really weird texture, and I feel like I can see it through the taco, which is my biggest criticism, is the texture. So my biggest fear with this polish is that it looks really close to Silent Night with gold scatter taco on top. So my biggest fear is that with this polish, and I didn't think about this until after I bought it, I might have bought something that could be easily duped. So let's get into the comparisons so we can see if it is a dupe. So for this comparison, it is 3 coats of Silent Night with 1 coat of gold scattered hollow taco on top. And this made me happy. It's not a dupe. It is very clearly not a dupe. As you can see, the gold scattered hollow is a lot more, I don't want to say compact, but it's not as spread out, doesn't have that twinkle, and that twinkle we actually don't get from the gold hollow taco or gold hollow pigment. It's from the reflective pigment that is in the polish. And so when you turn on the flash, you can even see the difference even more. So I am pleased. It is not a dupe. All I do is sin, 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 no matter what. All I Do Is Sin is described as a multicolored and holographic glitter in a black jelly base. This polish reminds me of what I would imagine Black Holo Wish to be, which is a retired polish from like the original Christmas collection that has a black jelly base and holo glitter in it, and I've been wanting it to come back. I didn't get it, and now I'm sad. Things I missed out on because I was a college student and didn't have an income. I was really hoping that this polish would fill that gaping hole in my heart for Black Holo Wish, which I'm starting to realize I have a lot of gaping holes in my hearts for retired polishes that I missed out on in those early years of Holo Taco, but you know. I was not able to get it to that really nice black opacity that you kind of see in the bottle and on the pictures on the website within 3 coats. And I don't know why. I have other polishes that have a jelly base, but they're not this sheer. So I don't understand why it's in 3 coats. It's not that kind of opacity. And I do want to point out later, when I was doing my night nail polish adventure or whatever, because I always do late night paint my nails, I was able to get it to that black within 4 coats. I probably could have gotten away with 3, but I could still see a little bit of the nail underneath. And I'm so mad because no polish should take more than 3 coats. And 3 coats to me is a lot. Like 1 to 2, in my opinion, is how much a polish ought to be. But in general, good polish 1 to 2. Polish 2 to 3. Not 4. Never 4. I grabbed Trick or Trash and Waste of Space for my comparisons. And I don't think that they're similar with the exception of maybe Trick or Trash, because Trick or Trash has that multicolored flakies in it, whereas All I Do Sin has more of the little glitters. So they are similar in that, but I don't understand how we got a nice black base for Waste of Space and Trick or Trash, but not All I Do Is Sin. Now we have Velvet Room, which is the first of the 2 metallic chromey polishes within the collection. This is a red chrome polish. When I was deciding on whether or not I wanted to buy the collection, because I was debating for a good while, I was going back and forth, especially on this one, because chrome polishes in Holo Taco's history have been 1-coaters, pretty opaque, great for nail art, and the only chrome polish I have currently is Iron Violet, and I love it. I did not expect to love it, but it's a 1-coater, which makes it really easy if you're like, I just want to slap something on my nails real quick, but not have it be a creme. That's the polish to do it. And I think it's pretty easy to apply it personally. So, and eventually I decided I needed to get it because it fills a gap in my collection for nail art purposes. I was able to get this one opaque in 2 coats, not 1. During my late night session, I was able to get in 1 coat. I think what happened was I overworked the first coat, and that's why it came out patchy. So at the time I was like really upset, but now that I know that I just overworked both of the polishes, I'm pretty pleased. I only have that 1 chrome polish, Iron Violet, so I'm gonna save that comparison for the next chrome polish and instead compare this polish to Thirst Trap and an unmagnetized version of Sacrificial Lacquer. So to start off, I think Sacrificial Lacquer and Thirst Trap are kind of the same shade of red. I think Velvet Room comes off more cool tone compared to those other 2. I think those other 2, like standing next to it, comes off a little more warm, a little more orangey. And Sacrificial Lacquer, when I was doing the swatch, I had to do 3 coats of it compared to the 2 for Velvet Room to try to get to be that look. So there is the performance issue that comes with it. I find that magnetic polishes come off more sheer. I don't know why they do that. It makes me mad. Ugh. But unless you're looking like really up close at the pigment size, I don't think there's much of a difference here. And that's a little upsetting. I don't regret getting this polish because it's going to be a lot better for nail art in comparison to sacrificial lacquer. But sacrificial lacquer is not limited edition. It's not retired. So if you miss out on this polish and you're only going to really use it as a standalone polish, maybe just get sacrificial lacquer and don't magnetize it. The second of the metallic chrome polishes is Sweeten the Pot. A lot of people have compared it to its predecessor, Trophy Life, from the One Coat Chrome collection. I would say, even though I don't have Trophy Life, for looking at pictures and comparisons other people have made, this one's better. Sweeten the Pot is so much better. And to me, it comes off more as a true gold, whereas Trophy Life is a pale gold. It's more pastel-y, whereas Sweeten the Pot is like, bam, gold. I was able to get in 2 coats. 1 coat on the nail because I did also overwork this one, but I found that its opacity was a lot better and this one was a lot easier to work with in comparison to Velvet Room. For comparisons, I compared Sweeten the Pot to Velvet Room and Iron Violet. They're not the same color. They are the same formula, relatively the same formula. So I wanted to compare how application was. Now please ignore that Iron Violet has a few scuffs on it because I keep it on a swatch stick with all my other swatches and they kind of cling up against each other. But if we're looking at application and smoothness, it is a lot streakier. Sweeten the Pot comes off a lot more streakier in comparison to Velvet Room. Iron Violet, I was able to get like 0 streaks on Iron Violet. It just smoothed it out in comparison to Sweeten the Pot and Velvet Room. And I think because Velvet Room comes off more red, it kind of blends a little bit better. It's harder to see those streaks, but they're still there. Sweeten the Pot doesn't blend as well. So you still see the streaks and it's a little disappointing, but to be fair, I overworked the polish when I did on my nail. It was a little more smooth. So with a little bit of practice, you can get it pretty smooth. We have now moved on to our toppers. Final 2 polishes, people. We're going to start with Winning Streak Taco. It is described as a gold holographic topper with gold hollow flakes, gold hollow glitter, and gold reflective glitter and a clear base. That's how toppers work. I am waiting for the day Holo Taco comes out with a gold reflective glitter topper and a gold hollow flake topper. And this polish is evidence that they can do that because they have the pigments. They put it together in here. So why don't we have them separately, Christine? I want my gold hollow flake and my gold reflective glitter taco. Unfortunately for now, I'm just gonna have to settle with this topper because it is a very nice topper and I like the spread. I don't think it's too compact. I don't think it's too thin. I'm pretty happy with it and I could see myself using this over a multitude of different polishes in my collection. For comparisons, I compared it to Gold Hollow Scatter Taco, Gold Flake Taco, and Butterbeer from Orally. The biggest thing that I noticed compared to the other polishes is the flaky within the streak being hollow. Like the description said, it's not gold flake, it's gold hollow. So you can't really mix the gold scattered and the hollow flaky to get anything similar to it. It's just not going to come off the same. Lastly, and clearly the least favorite taco is Suit Yourself Taco, the worst polish in the collection. It is described as a card suit shaped glitters, spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs in black and red What? Christine, what is this description? Hold on. It is described as card suit shaped glitters, spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs in black and red in a clear base. Why couldn't we just say they are black and red card suit shaped glitters, spades, hearts, diamonds, and clubs in a clear base? I feel like that would have come off a lot easier. Why do we do this, Christine? I copied this straight from the website. Why did we do this? Look, this polish only works in this collection. It doesn't really work anywhere else. You're only going to use this polish if you're going to do any sort of nail art theme that is like Alice in Wonderland, cards, or Vegas. That's it. You're not going to use it for anything else. And if you do use it for something else, you're going to be picking out the individual hearts or diamonds that are in there. You're not going to use the spades. You're not going to use the clubs because nobody uses them for anything else other than cards. It's just not going to work. And as you can see, I had a hard time picking up the glitters. They just didn't want to stay on the brush. I couldn't get a good spread. This polish is the reason I almost didn't buy the collection. So if you're somebody who's not in love with the cards, you're not in love with, well, actually, the cards make the collection cost more. So if you're not in love with the cards, don't buy the full collection with the box. Just buy the individual polishes and then skip out on Suit Yourself Taco. Because it's not worth it. You're only going to use it like once. It is always hard to do comparisons whenever you're dealing with the shapes because there's only so many shapes that I have and that are been released. So I compared it to Picnic Party Taco, Sweetheart Taco, and Diamond Dasher Taco. Sweetheart and Diamond Dasher for the heart and diamond shape, and Picnic Party Taco just to kind of get an idea on like the opacity of the shapes, you know. There was logic in that, but it wasn't very sound. Overall, my biggest issue with this collection has been the formulas. Holo Taco has a reputation for having pretty good, pretty opaque quality polishes, and it is just not reflected here, especially in All I Do Is Sin, Chandelier Showers, and the freaking Suit Yourself Taco. It's their best polish in this collection was probably the gold chrome polish, which is going to be the lowest seller, and the best topper being Winning Streak, which is also gold. So apparently the gold polishes have been the winners in this collection because of their opacity and how they performed. But it's just so disappointing because a lot of these polishes are so pretty, not Suit Yourself Taco, and they're just not performing as well. Like Chandelier Showers is so pretty and I love it, but it takes a little bit of effort to get that opacity, and Hit the Lights has that texture. All I Do Is Sin doesn't have the opacity I want in Velvet Room, and the gold chrome Sweeten The Pot is a little harder work. It's maybe that's why this collection is limited edition, because these polishes don't perform up to the Holo Taco standard that we know they have. We know they have that standard. We know they have the ability to make beautiful polishes, great quality polishes, and they just didn't. It's a little disappointing, and I hope this is not a reflection of what's to come, because if it is, might have a problem. Holo Taco might have a lot more problems in this future if this theme of quality continues. If you're somebody who despite everything I've said today, really want the collection, really want the box, really want the cards. Get it as soon as possible. Like I said before, it is limited edition, and if we learned anything from last year, you're gonna want to get it before they pull it. And they pulled it at the end of the month last year, and as I'm filming this, tomorrow's the last day of the month, so hopefully they don't pull it. That is all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if there's any other reviews, nail arts, or whatever that you want me to do a video on. I'd be happy to do it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your summer. Yeah, I'll see y'all later.